everybody.
Hi, everybody.
I guess we need to ask, can you see us?
Can you hear us?
Yes, this is a little different today because I have control over the technological, which is probably not going to be a good thing, but we'll see what happens. So anyway, I'm Noelle.
Knits and Pieces.
We are Knits and Pieces. This is my friend, Kelly. I am in Southwestern Ontario, and
I am in Delta, British Columbia, North Delta.
Yay! Yay. Why, Kelly?
Because I'm a grandmother.
Hey, Grandma.
We had to leave early. Baby is now 6 days old and happy, healthy. Mom is great. Grandma's great.
Yeah.
We're all great. And we're thrilled to have baby Miles as the newest addition to the O'Connor kindred family. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So yeah. I know, being a grandma is like the greatest.
It truly is.
Yeah.
I'm in love.
You can't explain it till you can't. Anyway, we're glad that everybody's here. We missed talking to everybody last week. So I'm just going to go through and say some quick hi's. So hi, Emily, Julia, Barb, Elaine, Jamie, Teresa. Who else is here? Jan, Sue, Margot, Carol, Nicole, Anna, Sarah, Karen, Vanda, Linda, Heather, Jamie, Cheryl, Carolyn, Lillian, Becky, Lisa, Luana, Susie. Let's see here. Mary. Oh, Mary's waving again. Amy, Sue, Nikki, Mary, Margot, Kimberly. And if I've missed anybody, I apologize. I'm just kind of going through this really quickly, but everybody is welcome. We're glad that you're all joining us. Like I said, we missed not talking to you for a week. So it's amazing how it seemed like, wow, we haven't I hadn't even talked to you for a week.
I know it's been busy. We've been so busy. I don't know where the days go. Miles doesn't do a whole lot, but we are staring at every little moment that he has.
Yeah, well, enjoy it because they grow so fast. So
yes. Yeah, we know that for sure. And I just wanted to say thank you to everybody too. I did post one little picture of me parked in my grandma rocking chair, and so many of you reached out and offered congratulations. And I just wanted to say a huge thank you. I couldn't get in there and respond. There's too many of them, but thank you so much. Every congratulation was appreciated. And I did lay awake one night in bed reading them all. And it was just amazing to see all the caring for baby Miles.
Yes.
So,
yes. And I saw him for a quick minute today.
You did?
Quickly, while Kelly was doing a little tutorial on how to run the broadcast program. But anyways, his little sweater looked adorable.
Yes. Yeah.
I even saw the picture that you had on Instagram. I could see his little hat at the top of the...
Yes, and I know that people were trying to squeeze in because there were a couple of comments where people had said, oh, his hat is so cute. Mom is being cautious yet about showing his face to the world. But once I get I get the okay, be assured my feed is going to be spammed with baby love.
Yeah, I mean, it's all new for everybody, right? I know it's just nice if you can kind of have that family time first before you kind of have to venture out into the world.
Yes. Yeah, so. Absolutely. Yeah. We've been definitely in a happy little bubble. Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kimmy's here, Julie, Valerie, Jackie, Joan. I saw Jacqueline was in there. Oh, hi from her and Zoe. Your baby's just born, and Zoe's actually going to be 4 next week.
Yes.
It's hard to believe. The time just goes by so fast. And she's very excited because Ross's birthday was yesterday. And so we're having a little party on the weekend for Zoe and Papa. And she's so excited about sharing her birthday with Papa. And I thought, I wonder how many years that'll last.
Right.
So anyway.
Miles was actually born on the 13th. So he's going to have an October baby. He's going to have some Friday the 13th in his future. And I think that's kind of cool too.
Yeah. But my brother was born on October 13th. It was in April though, but like he's been one of the luckiest people that I know. So
yeah. So he missed Kendall and I. We're born on the 12th of March. And so he missed our number by a day, but he rolled in on the 13th. So we're pretty happy. Oh, and Julie is here in North Delta too. Hi, Julie.
Hi, Julie.
Oh, and you spelled his name right too, Julie. That's how they've chosen, Myles. Yes. North Delta. Well, I'm going to be here for a while. I have some time on my hands. She lets me loose for a little bit every day. So if there's some people from North Delta that would like to get together, I would love to meet some people at, I don't know, like a coffee shop, or we were at the library yesterday. I guess that's too quiet to be at a library, but I'm not as familiar with the area, so I don't know where we could meet.
Can't you meet at the knitting store?
Well, the knitting store in Delta closed. They went to an online only.
Okay.
And I think Wet Coast Wools has a knit night, and I'm not sure when it is, but that's in Kitsilano. So that's a bit of a haul. Oh, and it's Julie's birthday on the 13th too.
There you go. Oh,
and it's great when it falls on Thanksgiving. Yes, exactly.
Yes. Carolyn says that her son was born October 13th, 1979. So there you go.
I think it's a lucky day.
Yep.
Lucky day. Yeah.
So anyway, have you had any time to do much knitting, which I seem to be not doing right at the moment?
Okay. Well, no, I haven't had a lot of time for knitting, but I'll show this. I cast this on in the airplane, and this was some of that yarn that I had gotten at,
was it the one when you went for your son's wedding?
Yes.
Llama Lane. Yes.
And it's called Boho Nako. And I thought it was actually made in Turkey. That's where it's made. It's really pretty, and it's self-patterning. So this is what I have so far.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Yeah, it's coming out really nice. And like, if you look on the back here, you can see how it's kind of creating a little bit of a pattern there. I like that. And it's very much the German feeling yarn. Like it's like what I would call the 75-25. It is a 75-25, sorry, but that's what it feels like. So,
So it's not the merino feel. It's more the hard
workwear sock. Yeah. It feels like a sock that's going to wear and wear and wear. So very nice. Very nice. And what are you working on?
Well, I did remember I started that sock. I don't know if I had this started on the last knit chat. The last knit chat was actually before Thanksgiving. So, but this is the other yarn that you got. I can't remember which store you got this one at though.
That is from Guelph.
Okay. So this is the
what's that called?
Prolana.
Fjords. Yes.
Right. Fjord. So yeah, I really like how the pattern on it turned out. And I just put in I thought it would be nice just with the cream colored heel so that I didn't break up any of the pattern in it. And the way it worked out, it worked out perfectly where the heel went. So yeah, I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I really like
it. And again, it's the same kind of feel of yarn. Now this one, I didn't put any pattern in it, but I think the pattern is.
Now, okay, so how far did you have to go to repeat your pattern? Like, have you done the second sock yet, I guess?
No. But there's how it repeats, right? It goes the red to the gray to the red to the gray. So I'm done there. So I'll have to pull off the next section of gray. Right. And then because it pretty much started at the start of a red.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But I mean, there's lots of yarn. I mean, I haven't used anywhere near like half the ball. So I think it'll be easy enough to do that. And that's 64 stitches.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I know I'll have lots with that. So, and Mary says the shop in Guelph is all strung out.
Thanks, Mary.
I always get that one mixed up with what's the one that's in Kitchener? Shall We Knit?
Shall We Knit? Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, no, and that's the same type of feel.
Mm-hmm.
So
Very
yeah.
nice.
So,
Very
and
nice.
did you start your little bear?
I did, but it's upstairs still. I didn't bring it down. By
Oh,
next week's knit chat, I should be able to show it off. But I finished this one, except for, I'll show this off.
okay.
This still needs a thumb.
Oh, that's nice. Very nice.
Look at that. And it's the Diamond Luxury.
Baby llama. Is it baby llama?
Yes. And I tell you, it feels like cashmere.
Wow.
And the stitch definition. Look at
Yeah,
that.
it's just, yeah, it's gorgeous.
It is so, so soft. And the yarn is discontinued. Sorry. But look at it's like the loft on that, the halo, right?
Yeah.
So
now,
amazing.
does it come in, was it 50-gram skeins?
Yes.
And will it take two? Will it take two for the, no?
Oh,
so you'll get a pair out of one skein?
No, I will have to go into a second one, but it's basically if you had three skeins, you could get two sets. That's what it is.
Okay.
So it's the Diamond Luxury Collection Baby Llama Heather.
Okay.
And if anybody has this in their stash and they're looking to make, these are the Cielo hand warmers.
By Uknit.
Uknit.
Yeah.
Yes, in Toronto.
And it's a free pattern.
It is. It's a free pattern. Yep. And it's a luxurious hand warmer for sure.
Oh, and that's just here. She doesn't hear. She doesn't know about the baby. So yes, the baby's here.
The baby's here.
Got any baby news? Yes.
Yes.
So.
Vanda is asking.
Yes.
It's just so funny. I was ready to go put it up on the screen, and I don't think I can do that.
I will. There you go. Do I have to press something first?
If you go to her comment,
right,
it should highlight, and you can say show.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. So Vanda wanted to know if we think 60 stitches on a 3.25 with DK yarn will be big enough for a man's sock. I'm almost wondering if it might be too big. Like you'd really almost have to do a test. Like I know when I did mine, I only did, for me, I can't remember now. I'm thinking I only did 42 or 46 stitches. So like 3.25, I would normally use a 2.25 on a fingering weight yarn. Like that's a big difference. I would, who is it that's got the pattern out? I think it's Crazy Sock Lady. So Kay Litton, she's got a DK weight sock pattern on Ravelry. It is free and it does have several different sizes on it. So I'd kind of go and look at that. And probably if you're doing like a man's large, you probably want to go with what her biggest size is. Mm-hmm. But I can't remember offhand what the stitch count was for that. But 60 is kind of sounding a little big for a DK yarn. Mm-hmm. So anybody else? Has anybody else done any? Oh, Mary says she thinks she agrees with that.
So, thanks, Julia. Julia's catching up with the comments.
Oh, what did Julia say?
She gave Miles' name, the date he was born, that I'm in BC. Okay. So you've got help today, Noelle.
Okay, well that's good because I'm going to need it. Anyways, this is. I'm not going to get any knitting done this day, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm looking at the side playing with all these little control thingies. Okay, so Anna says 52. And that probably sounds more like what I would think.
Yeah.
So, but again, it all depends on your tension. Although I'm thinking 60 stitches with a DK, you're going to have, if you're doing it on a 3.25, you're going to have a fairly stiff sock if you're going to get the right tension with 60 stitches. That's going to be a pretty thick sock. Yeah. Like if you're going to get the right width, I mean. So
you could try maybe even like a 54, maybe on, what did you say, 3.5?
She said 3.25.
3.25. I would even go up a little bit on the needle size, and then maybe you could do 54 stitches.
Okay. Well, Vanda's saying the pattern is, okay. Oh, the pattern is, I don't know what that is. But she says that's what's called for. The only other thing you could do is just do a tiny, short little swatch, like maybe cast on 30 stitches and measure it out and see what you're getting. Because it's not going to take very long to do it with the DK yarn. If you're really not sure, that might be the best way to go. So, okay, so Barb says the biggest size is 56 stitches with a 3.25. Okay, Mary said she did 48, but she's a loose knitter.
Okay.
Okay.
I think, you have to, like, your first sock may not be the perfect sock. It's like, we've got our sock numbers down pat because we've done them for so long. But if you are trying something new, like a DK, that's a whole new learning curve for you to develop your comfort level and where you want to see everything finish up.
Yep, because I used to do a lot less stitches, but on a bigger needle. But then I really didn't like the fabric that I was getting.
Right.
But you don't know that till you've tried a bunch of different ones. And I used to do 2.5, and now I like actually the denseness of the 2.25.
2.25. That's right, and that's what I do too.
So
what is everybody else working on this week? I've seen a few people comment that they're all hung up on the Stephen West.
Yes. Well, Jamie just said she finished her clue too. Wow, that just came out. That just came out on Friday. That's awesome, Jamie.
Yeah.
I haven't seen too much of clue 2 yet. I did see all the ones with clue 1. And it looks really interesting, but I just still can't. I have to know what I'm going to knit. I still say I have to know what I'm going to knit. So,
well, Noelle and I, neither of us are doing the Stephen West, but we were knitting under the bridge just before I left the last Saturday under the bridge, and Julia had finished her clue 1, and
I know,
it was beautiful.
I know.
Gorgeous.
And like the techniques, all the techniques in it look so interesting. Like, because they had that little bit of I-cord stuff, and then you pick up stitches from that. Like, I think it would be really interesting, but well, first of all, this time of year, I have too many things to get done for Christmas that I just don't have time. So I know Linda's doing it. And I know, Linda, Julia, Janie. I can't remember who else was doing it. Sarah, are you doing it?
Sarah is working on a Spark cardigan.
Okay.
Oh, I like that pattern too.
The Spark, yep.
And she's using wool that she got at Woolfolk.
Okay. That was another thing. This weekend was Rhinebeck. Did you have and it was Woodstock or Woolstock? That's here in Southwestern Ontario. I know, like on Saturday, I was telling Ross that I had serious FOMO. Like, I knew I wouldn't feel comfortable enough to be there, and it wasn't even to go get the yarn. It's to see everybody.
Yes.
But I just next year. But anyways, it looked like they did well, and so I haven't bought yarn.
I have seen very, very little on Instagram. I will admit, I've been on just a social media break, but I'm probably at the point where I'm ready to start diving back in. So I'm anxious to catch up with everybody. And yeah.
Anyway, Jamie.
Jamie
Sheila is about Exploration Station.
And Sheila is working on the last in the 8 patterns of Mina Phillips sock collection, the New York socks. That would be nice too.
Yeah, she does have nice. Yep. Oh, Sarah got a yarn that was a mix of Australian pole warp and Australian push possum. That's probably awesome yarn, Sarah. Where did you get that?
At Woolstock.
Oh, at Woodstock? Oh, yeah. That's what I would have liked to have gone, because they do have the farms, so you can get more interesting like blends of yarns, because that's where you got us that Rambouillet the one year, right? From Gamer Homestead. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So. Ewa said she would have loved to have gone to Woodstock, but it was pouring out. It was really, at least here on Saturday morning, it was really quite nasty weather, but I think it did clear up later in the day. So.
Well, today is the first time I've seen the sun in a week since I've been here.
It's been actually not too bad here. Kathy says she went to Rhinebeck and she saw so many gorgeous sweaters and had so much fun. She saw Kevin and Ray and quite a few other podcasters.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. So Oh, Klaska says she's almost done Clue 2 and she's loving it. So yeah, there's lots of people going or getting that shawl, doing that shawl. I know I see all the things on Instagram and it's amazing how different it can look depending on what colors people have chosen.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sarah said it's from Poppy's Pom Poms.
Okay.
She said it's super soft, but it is shedding a little bit. And then she also got some of the Rambouillet.
She got some Rambouillet, yep.
Isn't it gorgeous? I love that yarn. I love it. Love it.
Well, Dawn was saying she was thinking of contacting them later because they do have yarn the rest of the year too, not just at
and they have a farm store that you can go to because they sell other like things that they make on the farm too.
Yep. And I saw Louise actually bought a sweater quantity of the Rambouillet. So
Linda's saying that she's jealous of Kathy. You know, Linda, we had talked, we've talked about it at great length about going to Rhinebeck and getting a house and a group of people together. And of course, I think we did a lot of talking about it nearly 2 years ago before the pandemic started.
Yep.
But so yeah, we might have been there. We also, what was the other festival that we were talking? Oh, Edinburgh. We talked a lot about going to.
I don't even know if that will happen again at all. I mean, they canceled it for the 1 year, but I don't know whether or not, because I would have really liked, we were going to take our husbands to that.
Yeah, we were.
Yes.
Well, not to the festival. We were just going to take them to Edinburgh.
Yes.
And we were going to drop them off at a cute little pub and we were going to go to the Wool Festival.
Yeah. So, okay. So Sarah says Gaynor said they're getting a new order on their website this week.
Oh, nice. Well, maybe I'll have to look.
Well, this is terrible, but as soon as I talked to you today and you said something about Wet Coast, I'm right on there going, do I need some wool from Wet Coast?
Well, I want to go. I only had an opportunity to go, like I've only been there once when I was here last time, and I definitely want to go again. So
yeah. Well, I'm so tempted by that Hillesbog.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
The one you bought that ruby color. Yeah, or Merlot. Yes. I think it was called Merlot.
Merlot. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. And they actually have the sisu, and that's what I'm doing the little girl's dresses in. And there are some colors that I need, but I don't know how much room you have in your suitcase.
Oh, well, I'm not concerned because
okay.
I have an in with FedEx who my daughter works for, right? Okay. So I am not opposed to shipping our yarn home.
Oh, great. I'll let Ross know.
But trust me, the suitcase will be a little emptier going home than it was coming out.
Well,
so it's got room.
There you go. And yarn's squishy.
I don't know. There might be a little grandbaby snuggled in there.
Yeah. You might be occasionally gets hungry.
Oh, I don't know how I'm going to leave him. I really don't. Linda says she'd be in for a group trip and renting a house, palace or a castle.
Yeah.
Might be a shanty.
No. No, it won't. Roughing it is no dishwasher. Okay. That's as rough as it gets. Anyway.
I still want to do another group trip up to Shelburne.
Shelburne, yeah, for sure.
We should think about that this winter. Like not winter, but we should talk to Diane
when we know the driving's going to be okay. Because I was just thinking that the other day that I would like to go back to wool and silk. So, and speaking of that, I'm going to show you what I knit. I showed you this afternoon. Okay. Oh, can you see it?
Yes.
Taking over the whole screen.
Yes.
So this is the Gulfstream pullover by Beth McDonald Stone. This is yarn that I got at Wool and Silk. And this is the Patagonia Santa Cruz.
It's really nice.
The color is Huckleberry. So this is such a quick knit. Like I cast this on the day your grandson was born. So I was like, I need something new in my life too.
I was just looking at that pattern a couple of weeks ago too.
Mm-hmm. It's I really like it, and I
do too.
I still have to block it, but I tried it on. It fits really nice. It's just waiting for the cooler weather now because we did have a little bit cooler because it was cool when we were down. We went down under the bridge Sunday. I can't remember. It wasn't Saturday because that was when Woodstock and everything else was on. Mm-hmm. But I met Marianne.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, John's sister. So that was nice, especially when you've seen someone on screen, but you've not ever really met them in person. So that was really nice. And it was freezing. It was freezing. Like I could have worn everything wool that I had. And now today it's back up to 20 degrees.
Well, it's not that here today. Well, it is 14. As I said, today's the first sunny day. I have to go back. Klaska was asking the name of the hand warmers. It's the Cielo. So it's C. I can't type here. I don't have the power.
Okay, I know. Okay, tell me and I can type it.
Okay. CIELO. Hand warmers by Unit. Well, I'm not so certain it's by Unit, or was it Claudia?
Claudia, well, I'll put both.
There, and then you can just show your comment.
Okay.
But it is a free pattern, Klaska, so you can.
Okay, Kelly, I can't find the comment.
Oh, when you hit comment down below.
Right.
In your comment bar.
Right.
And then post. It'll go into the comments.
Where's post? Oh, there it is. There we go.
There we go. You are doing awesome. You're the new tech crew, Noelle.
I felt like learning just like the first time again. Okay. Wait, now I have to put in mine. Okay. Talk while I'm typing.
Oh, Wendy is in Shelburne. I don't think that. Oh, maybe I did know that. Maybe I did. Well, Wendy, if we make it up that way, we'll for sure let you know. You could meet us for sure. That would be fun to have you come and knit.
Someone was saying at one point when we were talking about wool and silk or going there about some other yarn stores that were actually close by too, that weren't too far from there.
So she's talking about Linda's Craftique on Highway 10.
Yeah.
And that's only 10 minutes from Shelburne, she said. So yeah, we should do that and make just do the tour of the shops in the area. So okay, now Becky wants to know the sock yarn that you're using. Oh, okay. So it's called NACO.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get the right lighting for the band. Oh.
Boho?
I can't get the light off of it. There we go. NACO Boho. And I got this from Llama Lane. And in truth, ridiculously priced too, at $13.95 for this big skein.
She wants to know this. Okay, go ahead. Talk about that one. I'm going to put the other one in too.
Oh, the discontinued one.
No, I think she said me. So she must have talked about the stock yarn that I'm using.
Oh, your yarn. Okay.
Yeah, so that was the Prolana Fjord, right?
Yes. Oh, I didn't realize my comments weren't advancing.
Yes, you have to do that. Okay, Prolana Fjord. There we go.
There, you'd think this was our first time, Noelle. My goodness.
Well, it's roles are reversed. Now you can see what I can't do because I can't type anything in when I'm doing it. And now I have to type, which means I'm not knitting. Well, who am I kidding? I'm never knitting.
I didn't even bring a drink down here.
You're welcome, Becky. Pardon me?
I didn't even bring a drink down. All I had,
I
grabbed this. I bought these yesterday at the grocery store. It's candy corn to use as a prop for the little bear that I'm making. And I walked into the kitchen. In his little trick-or-treat basket. And I walked into the kitchen, and there's Mike in there eating my props. So I had to scarf those so I didn't get my mug.
I hate candy corn. I would never eat it.
Oh, I love candy corn.
Oh, I hate candy corn.
It's a guilty pleasure.
Anyway, I'm going to show you what I'm trying to work on.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay. Here's my little...
Oh.
So I'm getting pretty far, really.
You are.
I've got a couple more sections to do, and that'll be the first one done. So this is the festival dress by Petite Knits, and it's in the sisu, and then all the little colored bands are my hand spun, and it was the be a freaking unicorn colorway. So I've got enough to do all 3 dresses, and then I'm just going to switch out the color of the sisu. That's why when I looked at the website for Wet Coast, they had the sisu. And Little Red Mitten has it, but not in the colors that I want. And I don't think there's time to order it and know that it's going to be in time for me to knit the dresses. But anyway, fun pattern to do.
It's really pretty. I would like a sweater in that. I would wear that pattern.
Thanks, Jeannie. They do. They have an adult sweater pattern out now.
Okay.
And Kelly, there's a baby sweater.
Oh, wow. I feel really bad that I feel like I should have brought projects to work on for the grandbaby, but like we decided at 11, it was about 11 o'clock that night. I made the phone call to the airport and we were just throwing stuff in a bag to get out the door. We left about 6:30 the next morning. So I just grabbed projects that I already had on the go. And I don't know. I wish I had brought more so that I could work on some baby related things other than the little teddy bear. But like I said, I'm not too far from yarn stores here.
Yeah. Did you bring your sets of needles?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Well, then there you go.
Yes.
So.
There. Kathy likes candy corn too.
Oh, someone else before that, Janie hates it. So I think you either like it or you hate it.
Yeah. Mary said that she's been looking at that Prolana Fjord for about 2 weeks. And I'm trying to think what the other, because I bought 2. I bought one for myself. And the one I have is kind of a peachy.
Did yours have like this one? Yeah. Okay. So there's the sock again. But did yours have more colors than that in it?
No, I think it
or
had,
just different colors.
It was like a different colors. It's kind of like a coral and a peachy coral.
Have like a burgundy
and a light burgundy. But I think every pattern is different. Like I don't think it's going to be the same.
Oh, okay. You mean like the actual pattern itself is different.
Right.
Okay,
right.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, you would have no idea from looking at the ball of yarn what it's going to knit up like.
No.
So I really like it. Like it just looks like Scandinavian, Nordic, like a fjord.
Yeah. Like a fjord.
So, that's right.
Well, you had it all figured out. What did you say one day? Pull it back up there. You said, well, this looks like the mountains and this looks like the birds and the water.
Yes, because I said, I'm just going to pretend that these are like the little seagulls flying above.
Right.
So imagination. So anyway.
Yes, Sheila is reminding me that they do have yarn here. Yes, you do.
Yes.
Yes, you do.
Yep. So
are there any, maybe I should just ask for those of you that are living in the area, are there any, I've only been to Wet Coast Wools and then the store that I used to go to that is now closed. Are there any other yarn stores within range that I should be checking out that I haven't been to yet? I'm sure there's quite a few.
So like, is Wet Coast, okay, are you near Vancouver?
Oh, not, no. I'm like 45 minutes away.
Okay.
I mean, it's definitely worth a yarn drive, but.
Okay, are you near Victoria?
No, that's on an island.
No, okay. Because I know some of the names of the yarn stores, but I know that the one in Victoria is Beehive.
Yes,
but I know that's
that Victoria. One I'm familiar with too.
There's Bad Anna's, but I don't know where that is.
Oh, I'm just trying to think. Is that the one that's down? I thought there was one on Granville Island or near Granville Island too.
Mm-hmm. Julie says Valley Yarn in Langley. Oh, well, there. Sheila says that Bad Anna's is her favorite in Vancouver. It's near the PNE. Urban Yarns is on 10th.
Oh, and that's 7 minutes from Wet Coast. Okay.
There you go.
I haven't heard of that one. I'll have to look at that. Urban Yarns. Okay. And Valley Yarn in Langley. Okay. I'll have to look for that one too.
Mm-hmm.
My son-in-law works in Langley, so not that he would know where it is, I'm sure.
No, but if you knew the street, he might know general location of where.
Yeah. So I had made some
So,
socks for Miles, little baby socks, and I had used, I think I know that I've shown them on the podcast. And I used the pattern, The Perfect Newborn Socks by Tabitha Gandy. And I made a couple of pairs, and he's been wearing them,
mhm.
and he looks adorable in them. He just looks, they fit perfectly. They really do. Now, she says that they are guaranteed not to come off. I will not, I don't know. He's a kicky baby. So he can work them off, but
Yeah.
for the most part, they're pretty good. And
Yep.
he looks super cute in them. Super cute. And then I think it takes like maybe 15 grams to make a pair. Nothing really.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Well, yeah, because I mean, if you look at like the 3 pairs that I did for the girls out of one ball of the West Yorkshire
mhm.
spinners, and I still had enough, and that's for like a whole lot bigger size. Like you could probably get 7 or 8 pairs out of a ball of yarn for.
Right? I know.
Yeah.
But this is a great way for me to use up the
Yeah.
little ends even.
Yep.
So,
Well, plus you have all your little balls from the Catcha.
yes, that's right. Yeah.
So, oh, there's some more stores. There's Black Sheep Yarns in Port Moody.
Okay.
Oh, Fiber Art Studio in Granville. 3 bags full. Wow. How come we don't have that many here? Anyway, well, it sounds like there's lots of places to go to check out.
I think I have been, Sheila, I have been then to Fiber Art Studio on Granville Island, because I remember that they actually make their own there. Like it's their own fiber.
Okay.
And I know that the last time we were in Granville, we went from there to Wet Coast Wools. So
Okay.
it couldn't have been that far, because we went to a great Cuban fusion restaurant there too. That was really good. Really
Sounds good.
Really good. So
yeah, well, it's too bad that the weather hasn't been a little bit better. Oh no, Black Sheep Yard has marine wallet. Okay, that's it. I'm calling the airport.
Oh goodness.
Okay.
Such beautiful
Okay.
choices.
As soon as we get off here, you know what we're going to be doing. We're going to all be on the internet looking up the yarns in the different stores.
Yep.
I was just so proud of myself that I hadn't bought anything between Rhinebeck being on and Woolstock being on, and anyway.
Well, that's okay.
I know.
And I'm on vacation, and you have to have a souvenir if you're on vacation.
Well, that's true.
That's my theory, right?
That's true. Yeah. Now,
I haven't knit my last souvenirs, but that's okay.
Yeah, but they can be souvenirs without being knit. And then they're even extra special after you knit them. Klaska says she knitted children's toques with the gray and blue fjord, and they turned out nice. Yeah, that would look cute really in a little baby hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be.
Oh yeah, think about all the like the German patterned yarn that I have too. Yes. How cute that would be.
And it doesn't take much to do like one of those little baby top knot hats.
No. Actually, Miles was wearing his today, and his little vertebrae sweater and his little socks to match.
Well, you might as well wear them as much as you can right now, because they're not going to fit for long.
I know those feet are not going to stay the same size.
No. Someone wants to know what sweater. Kim wants to know what sweater you've got on.
This is the Garden Gate sweater. I don't know if I can, maybe if I move back a little bit more, by Jennifer Steingass. And it's a crop length. So the bottom is just a solid color all the way down. I think the pattern actually called for a sleeve that had some of the Garden Gate pattern on the sleeve as well. But I wanted a 3/4 length in this yarn, so I only knit it to 3/4. And actually, this yarn, the speckled yarn, is from. Oh well, the name just took off. She's here. she's here in Vancouver, and she dies. Jade. I'm so sorry. Anyway, I know that she doesn't have this in her shop any longer. So that's not an option for you. But I really liked it. A lot of the sweater patterns, or the sweaters that I saw in this pattern, they actually used darker yarn for the body of the sweater, and they used the garden gate part was lighter.
Yeah.
And I thought I would just flip that, and I really liked the way it turned out. And every time I wear it, honestly, I always get
really like
compliments on
that.
it. And I love this yarn with these little pops. It's actually like a coral, right? And it's I love it. It's super nice pattern to wear too. Comfortable.
Caroline wants to know if you have baby brain.
Baby brain.
It's a thing. Baby brain's a thing. Grandma brain. She has grandma brain.
For the first couple of days, I think we all had baby brain. We were all, everybody is sleep deprived because, we're so busy making sure all the things are done. But everybody is well rested now. And actually, he only woke up once last night. He's a good little boy for sure. So
is it Stitch Mischief?
Yes, it is.
Yes, that was Julia. Thanks, Julia. And
thanks,
Julia and Julie.
Yes, Jade Prosser, and she is here. See, I could remember her name, but I couldn't remember. Yeah, I definitely have baby brain.
Oh, Kim says she's working on Aurelius by Jennifer Steingass. She thought that sweater looked like her style. Yeah, I really need to get another after Christmas. I can't cast any more sweaters on for myself until after Christmas. Too many. I
love her patterns. I like this rolled neck edge that she uses. It's just comfortable. It's just really comfortable to wear, and I'm happy with it. Really happy.
Yeah.
And this one, it has a little bit of a high-low hem too. And I'm not sure. Oh goodness, I'm going to stifle yawn. Talking about sleeping, and I'm sure to start yarning. I'm not sure if it called for it in the pattern or if I added that myself. I think it probably had it in the pattern. So it has just a little bit of extra length at the back, and I like that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Sue was saying that buying yarn and knitting it is two different hobbies.
Well, it is.
It is. It is. And I'm really good at the buying yarn part.
It's curating. We're curating a collection.
Yes.
And we had this conversation 2 weeks ago on our last knit chat that fiber may be getting difficult to source.
Expensive.
And the price is going up. So, knitters, this might be that knit apocalypse that we have talked about for years. Maybe it's finally happening.
Kelly, I told Ross that. He just laughed at me. He didn't even believe it was a thing. But no, I have to do this. So,
yes, Shirley, I do think I said yarning instead of yawning.
Yarning.
We can change all the words. Well, that's another one too. Welcome to the knitterhood, right?
The knitterhood. Not the
neighborhood. Yep. Welcome to the knitterhood. I was thinking about that one the other day.
Okay. So. Do you know what I heard on Jeopardy the other day? This is the things you learn on Jeopardy, right? Do you know what? Okay, so if there is a group of geese on the ground, what are they called?
Anybody? A flock?
A gaggle. A gaggle.
A gaggle of geese. Okay.
Gaggle. Okay. Do you know what they're called when they're in the air flying?
No.
A skein.
A skein?
A skein.
Like
a skein. This is a ball, but a skein. This is a cake, not a skein, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
That is what they are called. It's gaggle if they're on the ground, but it's skein if they're flying in the air.
Okay. That's a new one. Didn't know that.
I like geese better all of a sudden. Anyways, I did not know that. I thought, wow, the things you learn on Jeopardy. I'm always going, where are the knitting categories? Forget ancient art. Where are the knitting categories? But
yarn anyway. For 200. Barb, right. That's a great idea. Right. She says, Noelle, you can just frog some of your shawls if you ever run out of yarn.
That is true.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure, Barb, I'm not in any worry about running out of yarn.
No time.
And then I can just spin some more.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you spun anything lately? How's your spinning going?
It's good. Oh, I have something to show you. But anyways, oh, Karen
Okay.
says the skein. She says she really thinks that should be the name for a group of sheep.
Right.
I agree. I agree. I'll be back.
Okay.
It's funny that you should ask.
Because I love it. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous.
So it's merino viscose. So it almost feels like silk.
Yeah.
So,
and it has a beautiful shine.
Yeah, this was actually, Tracy gave me this fiber when we were up visiting her, and she hand dyed it.
So was it trickier to spin that as opposed to?
Just a little bit till I got used to it, because it kind of was really slippery. But once I got used to it, it was fine, and it was super fast to ply because I have an electric wheel, so basically when I was plying it, I had that wheel almost up as fast as it could go, and it's just like this because it could take a heavier twist in it because it doesn't have the bounce of like a merino or like something that's all wool. So it's more like, you know how silk, like you could stretch silk, but it's not really that silky, or not really not silky, stretchy. Like when you kind of pull, silk, it doesn't quite have the stretch.
Yeah.
So it was kind of more like that. But once I got used to what the staple length was and I was doing it, it was fine. And it was easy to spin thin. So this is I have, like, it's an actual fingering weight. So it'd make a gorgeous shawl.
It's beautiful.
So
it reminds me, and I'm sitting here trying to think of the name again, but what was the company? They sell the yarn called Fundy Tides and Cabot Trailhead yarns.
Oh yeah,
it reminds me of the yarn from there, and that would be because of that tencel, because they are plant fiber yarns.
Yes.
So and they use tencel, and it's really beautiful.
Yeah. Or I was thinking it would even be nice, like in a like something like what you're wearing in for the contrast up at the top. That would be nice, because it's not really variegated. It's more like there is pinks and stuff in it, but it's still more just kind of tonal the way it came out.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love that color.
I really do like spinning a lot. I just need more time.
Mary wants to know, which breed is your favorite to spin? Do you have a favorite yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I like spinning. I just like spinning. I'm still at the stage where just watching it and even looking at it before it's even plied, like it's mesmerizing. And then when you ply it, it's I don't know. It's just like, it's like develops before your eyes. It's like magical. So, and then it's fun to knit with.
Yeah.
It's really neat. Like I said, that's totally different, right, than this.
Yeah.
Right, which is the yarn for the girls. And this one is 100% BFL. So that was nice to spin too, but they feel different. What I did find is when you get into the silkier weight yarns, my hand actually gets a little sore because I think I'm holding it tighter to keep the spin out because the yarn's so slippery.
Right? Do you get like a little bit, like sometimes, do you get like a yarn burn? Because sometimes when I'm winding a cake, I like to give it, like I sort of hook it under my finger as an extra tension. And sometimes it feels like if the fiber is running across my hand, it almost feels like a bit of a burn, right? Does it feel like that?
Not exactly. It's just that when you're controlling the amount of twist that you're putting into it, like at some point you're holding it tight, right, till it twists, and then you're moving your hand back. So I just find the slipperier yarns you have to hold. At least I do. I don't know whether I'm doing it right or not, but I have to apply more pressure. So I find that's, I don't know, a little sore just in here from holding it. Now I should probably watch some videos. I could be doing everything totally wrong, but I'm getting yarn, and that's what I wanted. So
absolutely. Sarah said that she got on the weekend a bunch of spinning equipment and fiber from her sister, and she wants to know if she should start spinning.
Well, of course you should.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, I would suggest when you start with something like a Corriedale, something that's got a little bit more grip, I think is good to start with. And you have to not get discouraged, because I know when I was first starting, it just kept breaking and pulling off, and this wasn't right and that wasn't right. And so I forced myself to sit down for half an hour a day. And I would say within a week, it got so much easier. You just had to get that consistency and not get frustrated. And when you do get frustrated, walk away from it for a while.
Mm-hmm,
because it seems like when you get frustrated doing something, it's not going to go better. You're just going to get more stress, and it's going to be worse. So Sarah says, how do I learn? Sarah, there's a lot of good videos on the Sweet Georgia website.
Yes.
And she actually, depending on what type of a wheel she has, she does have some videos that show spinning with a electric wheel, or some that show spinning with a traditional wheel. So there's some good beginner ones on there, but there are a lot of good tutorials on YouTube. I was lucky that my friend Tracy, who is an amazing spinner, she kind of showed me when we were up at her cottage, but she has like a manual wheel, like a treadle wheel. And I had a really hard time like coordinating treadling and drafting. So I find, just couldn't do it, like pat the stomach, rub the head, can't do it. Anyways, but I found the electric wheel, I found it easy to learn on. So, and again, like there are tutorials for the electric wheel on YouTube.
Well, I think I don't spin yet, right?
You should.
But I think I like the idea that you have that electric wheel. It seems small, it's compact. It doesn't feel like it's going to occupy, like it needs to have a whole life of its own in a house. No, I like that.
No, and you can have it set up where you can come and do just like a little bit at a time, like even if it's only 5 minutes. Because like I said, I will usually, I just applied this yesterday, I think, but I usually have something on it so that if I'm waiting for the coffee or waiting for toast to pop up, I'll just sit down for like, even if it's just a minute and do a little bit. Because it's nice with the electric, because I've kind of got it marked on my dial. I've got it marked on my dial where I like to start as far as the spin speed. And then I kind of adjust it once I start doing that. Then that's already set. So anytime I come in, that's already set. I just have to start spinning. So. Okay. Oh, Anna wanted to know, Sweet Georgia is in Vancouver.
Yeah. And they have a storefront.
Yeah.
I haven't been to the store. I've purchased a fair bit of their yarn online, actually. And speaking of Sweet Georgia yarn, so that's what I used. If you watched our I can't talk either. Our last podcast, last podcast, I showed the Tidal Fates shawl, and I know that Kimmy is on here, and I got a message from Kimmy, who joins us regularly in here, that the designer is actually her
daughter. I know. That was awesome. Yeah.
Small world. And I didn't know that.
Yep.
And it was such a fun pattern. And it was fun to crochet again too. And I got it finished and got the beads on. I didn't bring it with me. I only brought one. And it wasn't a night shift either, by the way. It wasn't
a night shift?
No, I brought the bobble one that I had on at the bridge a couple of weeks ago, because it's such a comfortable shawl. It's easy to wear. So I brought that one.
It's light, right? It's light. Like the night shift is a heavier shawl.
Yeah, it's really nice and drapey too. So I brought that with me. But anyway, I'm anxious to get back home and to wear that Tidal Phase, because it's such a pretty shawl.
Well, I know we talk about the night shift all the time. And last night, it was like it cooled off quite a bit last night. And Ross and I were sitting in here watching TV, and he went and got my night shift shawl, and he had it over his legs, like my pink night shift shawl. And I'm like, I could make you one. No, this one's fine.
No.
So there you go.
It's such a perfect shawl. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So Kimmy says she would love to spin a dream. I kind of stayed away from it for a while, because I just thought, because I'm not really a particularly patient person. I didn't think I would have the patience to do it. Kelly, you're laughing.
Who, you?
Anyway.
Most patient, non-competitive person I know.
So anyways, it was it's really totally relaxing. Like it's different than knitting. It's just, and it really is nice to have the yarn to knit with. Like I thought when I originally started doing it, I was just going to do it because I wanted the yarn, but it's not. I really enjoy the spinning process. And I mean, there is a world of fiber out there, like almost even more than yarn, because you can go and you can pick any breed that you want and you can find like that type of yarn to spin. So again, it's all just having time. But like I said, I think even if we go into a yarn I was gonna okay. Apocalypse. I was going to say apocalypse. Anyway, that I'll be good.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'll be good. So, and it is. And most of the stuff that I'm spinning now is like finer weight, like fingering weight. So then it even takes longer to knit up too. Plus it takes longer to spin because you're spinning a skinnier strand. So your braid of fiber is going longer.
Right.
But next I've got to try doing a 3-ply.
Okay.
Sarah.
Now, will that be
yarn apocalypse?
Yarn apocalypse, yes.
I can say that better than a pop. Okay, yarn apocalypse. Okay, I'm just not even going to try.
Just give up.
I'm just going to give up.
Oh, goodness. So will a 3-ply... Okay, I got to yawn again. Does anybody else do that? If you yawn once and then you consciously try to think about not yawning again?
No, but
they just keep rolling. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I was going to say about your 3-ply, will that be a sport or will it still be fingering?
It depends how fine I can spin the yarn. I would like to be able to spin it fine enough to get it fingering, but we'll see. I've got some John Arbin fiber that I got 500 grams of. So even if it turned out to be a sport, I'd still have lots of sweater.
Okay.
So like, I mean, I have to get better at knowing, like I just spin and see what I come up with right at the moment. Right. So, and so
just
far,
jump in and hope for the best, right?
It's kind of like, do I swatch? No. Do I plan the spinning? No. I just spin it. So, and then figure out what I'm going to make with it after.
Okay.
So,
well, that's what I don't understand. Like when you show me the braids that you buy, I have no idea. Like I can't envision what that might look like.
Yeah, me either.
From a color perspective.
I just buy it because I like the color. And then I'm like, okay, we'll see. Usually what happens is it is not going to turn out as intense as what it looked like in the braid.
Because when the colors meld, it mutes the
and there might be more, like if you look at the braid and there's different lighter colors, darker colors. If you look at something and it's got some intense colors in it, that's what your eye's going to focus on, right? But then when you do that, and if that wasn't a big chunk in it, that's going to blend in with everything else, and your overall color is not going to be quite as intense. So, and if you look at some of the, like, you know how if you really looked at some yarns, you can see all the different colors in it, right? So if you've got a braid or just like a,
you mean like a heather, like a heather,
yeah. Or like a blended yarn. If you look at that, before you spin it, it is not blended. It doesn't look blended at all. You can see all of the individual colors. So then when you spin it, then those all kind of get blended together.
Okay, fair enough.
Right. Yep. So, but yeah, it's just, I mean, that's all new for me now because I don't necessarily know what everything's going to look like. What's nice about the John Arbin site, when I order fiber from there, they sell their fiber, but they also sell their yarn that they've spun from that fiber. So if I really want to know the color I'm going to end up with, I go and look at their yarn colors and I pick the color of fiber I want from their yarn colors. And the yarn colors do look different than the fiber before it's spun. So
good.
Yeah.
We should talk about some of the things we have going on in the knitterhood. Okay, I'm going to start using that. I like that. What do we have going on in the knitterhood? It's
better than no, I can't even say it. It's better than a...
Give up.
Apocalypse. There we go.
There you go. So if you watched our last podcast, then you know this. But if you haven't watched it, then we advise you should, because there's a chance to win something pretty nice. We had our 1 year podiversary, and we decided to have a prize for that. So in our last podcast, underneath the podcast where you can comment, we were just asking what you like to knit, or sorry, what you like to do while you're watching podcasts. And every comment is an entry, and we're going to draw that just before we broadcast our podcast. No, before we record our podcast.
Before we knitcast.
Before we knitcast, yeah, we have to come up with an entirely new dialogue here. So we're going to do a random comment picker on YouTube and come up with a name and award that winner with a nice yarn prize and a bag as well, a project bag. And then we've got some other things going on Ravelry. You want to talk about those?
I do, but first I'm trying to put this on. There we go.
Yeah, look at you go.
We have our Fall for Shawls, Cal. So our Fall for Shawls started on September the 1st, and it runs till October 31st. So you can knit any shawl that you want out of any type of yarn that you want, or crochet a shawl, or weave a shawl, and get your finished shawl into the finished object thread on Ravelry. There is also a chat thread there, which is, I haven't been in it. I've been busy. I haven't been in it, but there's lots of comments going on there. There's some beautiful shawls being made, and there's quite a few shawls now in the finished object thread too. So gorgeous ones that I have to add to my list. But anyway, so who knows? Maybe there'll be a whole bunch of Stephen West shawls in there. I don't know if that finishes in time or not. But you can also choose to do a cowl if you want. But if you do a cowl, what did we say? You had to use 100 grams, right?
100 grams. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and if you want to show them on Instagram, you can use the hashtag KNP Fall for Shawls. So.
Yep. And then we have our socks going on for the year.
Yep.
See, I did all the pink while we were chatting. Look at that.
Wow. I've done nothing. Sarah said she finished her shawl. It felt like a major accomplishment. I can't remember, Sarah, which one was it? Do you remember the one Sarah was doing?
I don't. I know that Janie, who just commented, finished his Vertices Unite.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah, that was gorgeous. So maybe Sarah was doing that.
I don't know. I'm sure she'll chat back.
Yep.
So, yeah. But there was lots in there. I haven't looked since I've been out here. I feel like tomorrow I'm going to be back on my game. I'm going to be ready to catch up with the catching up. I've had some work to do while I'm here too, so I've been trying to keep up with that. But I think by tomorrow, I finally got the 3-hour gap, hopefully dealt with, in the sleeping. That takes me a few days to sort out too. The Fanta Stitch Sarah was working on.
Yes.
Finished her opus.
Oh, I like that.
Is it in there? Are the pictures in? Nikki?
You know, that one is,
I love that shawl pattern.
I know. It's mosaic.
I know.
Someone was saying here, Lynn was saying that if you chain ply, when you ply your yarn, that it comes, you can get, like you could do, if you had a gradient braid, you could keep it in the same thing and you could get a gradient. But so far I haven't mastered chain plying. I tried it. I have to work on that one.
Oh, you'll get it. You'll get it. I'm sure you will.
We'll see.
Julia says that you've conquered hosting. And yes, you have. You have done an amazing job. You have. You've gotten all the bells and whistles in there.
Oh, wait. I want to put the confetti on.
Oh, confetti. Okay.
Just a minute. I have to
this
find
is the
it.
ultimate power, Julia, when you have confetti power. It's the ultimate power.
Yay!
There we go. Yay!
That's all I wanted to do. That was congratulations, Kelly.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Well, I'm going to have to get going too, Noelle, because Mr. Miles has a midwife appointment. They were supposed to come here today, but they were busy delivering another baby. So Kendall has to go there. And I said that I'd help her with the car ride. Derek's not home from work yet. So, but this has been awesome. I'm so glad that we were able to do this, and I'm glad that you were able to step in and run the show, because you've done a great job. You did all the things, all the things.
We're probably going to have to do it again this way next week, right? Because
yes, yeah. But in the meantime, if there's anybody out here that's anywhere near me, hit me up on Instagram, because I would love to get together and meet you in person. It's kind of a one-sided relationship when you visit with us on here and I don't get to see you personally. I'd love to meet you, and that'd be so much fun.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hey, we didn't even have any internet issues today, Kelly.
Yeah, that's because we're not broadcasting from court, right? Although I know I'm on Wi-Fi, so I see that it breaks up every so often. But maybe I can get that resolved by next week too. Hard to say. But anyway.
Oh, thanks everybody. Believe me, I was so nervous at the start of this. And I've knit like 4 stitches. That's all. I've knit 4 stitches. Kelly can do it.
She said to me today, she goes, "Oh, I don't think I can do it." She goes, "I feel as nervous as the first time we did this." I said, "Oh no, it's a really great platform. Like now that you've done it, it is a really great platform. Yeah, and it's not that hard to learn. So, but nothing like throwing you in there without training. You did an awesome job.
I had half an hour.
Half an hour, yeah."
Anyways, thank you everybody for joining us. It's so nice to talk to everybody. Really missed not being here last week. So work on your shawls and your socks and whatever else you want to work on.
Absolutely. Have a great week. Have a safe week.
Have a great week.
We'll see you next week.
Yep. Happy knitting.
Happy knitting.